Fast, strong, and agile, quirky. The capabilities of some animals are simply amazing. If intelligence decides everything in the human world, then their physical capabilities are much more important for animals. Although cunning and ingenuity also plays an important role in the struggle for survival. Today you will see what animals are capable of when they fight each other. An old legend told about a lion who was in love with a monkey. Since then there has been a belief that, allegedly, the king of animals would never eat a single monkey. Allegedly he respects these animals for their intelligence. In many fairy tales, monkeys are the main advisors of the king of beasts, but in reality there is no friendship between lions and monkeys. Predatory cats are happy to feast on monkey meat if only they manage to catch one of these clever little animals. Usually monkeys hide from lions in trees, but this time there was only an old snag nearby. The monkey climbed to the top, but could not resist, and at one point fell down, and there they were already waiting for the hungry lioness. No matter how strong lions are, sometimes they themselves become victims of other animals. In these frames you can see how a pack of wild dogs attack a lioness, but she does not intend to give up. One growl is enough to make the dogs afraid not to approach. Even though there were a lot of hyena-like dogs, and they certainly could have defeated a lioness who strayed from the pride, the dogs did not dare to attack. Catching the right moment, the lioness runs away. As a rule, weak wounded lions, or their cubs, become victims of wild dogs. Attacking a lioness is always a big risk. Not all dogs from the pack will survive in such a fight. Wild dogs and hyenas live in the savannah, like cats with dogs in the literal sense of the word. You may be surprised, but hyenas are related to cats, and wild dogs belong to the canine family, so there is nothing surprising in the fact that they do not like each other. Besides, they constantly have to fight for territory, and they attack the same animals, so frequent conflicts are inevitable. Both wild dogs and hyenas hunt in packs, but in these shots a group of hyena-like dogs track down a hyena that probably strayed from its own pack. Despite the fact that several dogs attack the hyena at once, she gives a worthy rebuff, and then she decides to rest in the water, and the dogs do not dare to approach her. People who have observed the behavior of animals have long noticed that there is enmity between elephants and rhinos. No one knows why these animals dislike each other, but their fights are often captured on camera, and rhinos usually start a battle, despite the fact that elephants are much larger than them in size. Zoologists claim that the strength of these animals is approximately equal. Besides, rhinos have a powerful weapon of their rock, so they often come out victorious despite the fact that they are inferior to elephants in size. However, in these frames we see that the elephant clearly dominates. Not only the wolf is fed by his legs, but also cheetahs. These predatory cats cannot boast of large size and strength, but speed is their main trump card. In these frames you can see how the cheetah tracked down a young antelope, wildebeest. The predator waited for some time then rushed in pursuit. You can see how rapidly it is gaining speed. It is impossible to get away from it in the open. Very quickly it overtakes its prey. This wildebeest is still too young to repel the predator. But adult wildebeest are quite capable of standing up for themselves, especially when they keep the whole herd. In these frames you can see how a group of antelopes did not like that cheetahs wandered into their territory. They decide to drive away the predators. Wild cats tried to resist, but quickly realized that it was useless. A herd of antelopes could easily trample a cheetah. Therefore, fleeing is a much more reasonable solution. Now the predator will have to look for prey elsewhere. Komodo dragons are the largest and most dangerous lizard of all living on the planet nowadays. They reach 3 meters in length. They have no natural enemies. They will swallow anyone themselves. In these frames you can see how the Komodo dragon attacked a young deer. He grabbed it and tried to pull it out of the water. On land, very soon the lizard manages to deal with its victim. And here are some more shots that prove how bloodthirsty Komodo dragons are. This time a group of lizards attacked the horse. They alternately bit the legs. The victim tried to fight back, but unsuccessfully. Over time there were too many wounds. The horse could no longer stand on its feet and fell to the ground. Then the lizards attacked it. Mustangs do not often become victims of predators. They have enough strength to cope even with a lion, but fights occur quite often inside the species. Sometimes they lead to serious injuries. In fact, the Mustang is a wild domestic horse that has a rather complex character. In these frames you can see how parents protect their foal from aggressive horses. The word Mustang itself has become synonymous with wildness and unbridledness, so even the horses themselves do not always understand what to expect from their relatives. Bears also eat not only honey and raspberries, and unlike baboons, they have enough strength to overcome not only the cubs of ungulates, but also an adult. In these frames you can see how a bear is chasing a young deer in the water. Bears are very fierce and strong predators who are perfectly able to swim. The deer has no chance. The bear catches up with him very quickly. Baboons eat not only plants, but also animal food. In these frames you can see how a baboon is trying to steal an impala cub. The mother bravely defends her baby, but at some point the monkey still manages to grab him and carry him away. But the mother continues to chase the baboon, and at some point he releases the cub from his paws. Apparently this baby was born in a shirt. He miraculously managed to stay alive. Unlike lions, tigers always hunt alone. But this does not prevent them from choosing a strong victim. In these frames, you can see how a tiger attacks a buffalo. Since with this opponent, strength is not an advantage of a predator, tactics play an important role. The tiger attacks suddenly and immediately bites into a weak spot, his neck. Any mistake or a second delay can cost the hunter his life. A buffalo is a powerful animal that is much more difficult to overcome than a zebra or an antelope. Lions have to hunt these animals with a whole pride, but in case of a successful hunt, there is enough food for everyone, and not for one day. However, the risks are quite high. The hunter can easily become a victim himself. Look at how these lionesses are trying to overcome the buffalo. They jump on him from behind and bite him for different parts of the body. Sooner or later the victim will get tired of fighting. As soon as the buffalo falls to the ground, the hungry lioness will not let him get up. Warthogs are the main available victims of Africa. They are easy prey for most predators. But do not underestimate them. Sometimes they are able to give a good rebuff and cause serious injuries to the enemy. Look at these shots. A group of leopards peacefully drank water and did not touch anyone, but the warthog did not like it. At one point he dispersed wild cats. I wonder what came over him. Maybe he was just thirsty and tired of waiting for the leopards to get drunk. Warthogs look clumsy, but in fact they are very agile, fast animals. As you know, the fastest animal in the world is a cheetah, so when a warthog has to escape from this predator, it accelerates to 50 kilometers per hour. Look at what such a hunt looks like. Of course the speed of a warthog is not enough to hide from a cheetah, but the predator has to run after it. When the hunter still catches up with his prey, all is not lost for the warthog. He has a chance to repel the predator's attack with his tusks. Hippos are the most harmful animals in Africa. Predators have no other choice, they have to kill to survive. When a lion attacks a zebra or an antelope, this is a completely natural process. But why would a hippo attack an African deer? This animal could be a hearty dinner for a whole pride of lions, but the hippo attacks him and tries to drown him, just for fun. Hippos do not tolerate other animals in their pond, and they never stand on ceremony with them. Fortunately, the deer managed to swim ashore unharmed.